Well, I also just got back from my yearly summer trip with me and my friends. Every year we go up to Canterbury, New Hampshire, so you can consider this a Canterbury tale. Oh yeah, I should be shot for even thinking of that line. Well, we've been doing this trip for 7 years now, so we've gotten progressively better at it. Like our first year, we only went with a 2-person tent, which I learned is only a 1-person tent unless you plan on being real close to your best friend every year. So this year we got everything we needed except for an air mattress, which I went out and I managed to steal with my mouth. That's not how it sounds, though. I went to Target and I decided to pick up a really nice one. It was about a $40 air mattress, came with the pump and like the velvet so you don't slide off of it. But once I got in line at Target, I realized I want to pay $40 for this. And I was in the perfect storm not to. There was a huge line, the lady at the cash register was all flustered, and when I got into line, she was like, all right, that'll be $39.99. I was like, nope, it's $15. To which she froze, and I was like, you don't understand. They were all in front of a sign that said $15. A manager who I had spotted before comes over and is just like, oh yeah, we can change the price on that. I was like, knew it! So they changed the price on it, and as I'm getting rung up, they start paging. They're just like, all right, we need to go check that sign on the aisle. And I was like, move to the door! So we made our way up there with the stolen air mattress. We stopped at the liquor store over the highway because New Hampshire promotes drunk driving. They're like, we know why you're here in Massachusetts. Pay the tolls, get your booze, and turn right the hell right around. But we went up there, it was a great time, but I realized, like, when we started this trip, we were all in our early 20s. And now we're starting to get older, and we're, like, on the other side, so we're maturing a little. And things aren't the same they used to be. Like, the first night, we had a huge campfire, and we tried to tell scary stories, which doesn't work when you're an adult anymore. Because, like, when you're a kid, you have the education of a caveman. Everything beyond the darkness is terrifying and full of magic. But now that you're an adult, you're like, yeah, I know, guy with a hook for a hand. I grew up on horror movies. Have you not seen Saw? They have a reverse bear trap. So you have to change it. Like, we were trying to change the way we scared each other. So, like, some of the stories we would tell was, so it was late at night, and he was driving home alone on a long road. And then he heard the noise. His head gasket blew, and he had a job interview at 8 in the morning. Oh, damn it, no! No! So the babysitter was alone in the house, and the phone rang for the 10th time from a number she didn't recognize. And when she answered the phone, she heard, you're 6 months behind on your Sally Mae payment. Dude, what's wrong with you? Oh, that's not even nice. I can't sleep tonight. I'm calling my account manager. What's wrong with you? But we go with musicians every year, and it's fun because there's always a different crowd of people. So while sitting around the campfire, we tried to get to know each other. We tried to do that camp counselor game where you just go person to person and say your name and one interesting fact about yourself. But whoever was running the game didn't know how to word a question and said, say your name and say what you do. And it got real existential real quick. Everyone was like, hi, my name's John. I play in a metal band. It's a blast. And for about 50 hours a week, I work at a bar. I'm not really happy about that. Oh God, what am I doing with my life? It's like, oh no, it's getting depressing. New question. What do you want to do with your life? And you're like, oh no, I've thought even less about that. Is there any whiskey left? But, you know, I used to work with a lot of bands. We used to do takeaway shows with them, which isn't where you kidnap a band and force them to do a show for free. I suggested that. Nobody did. But you just take them and you film them in different locations. We would always go to the Quincy Quarries, because that's where I'm from. That got awkward, because you would dodge the homeless people you went to high school with. You know how awkward it is to walk around Boston here? Do you have any change? And you turn around and like, oh my God, Fitzy from 9th grade algebra, how have you been? Clearly not well. I guess math wasn't as gay as you said it was. But I had to stop hanging out with them, mainly because I went to a CD release party for a band, and I was hanging out, it was a Thursday night, and some girl came up to me and was just like, here, try this, and just put a vegetable in my mouth. You know, I know hippies, they grow stuff in their windowsill, and I was like, what was that? And she's like, mushrooms. I was like, oh no, do you not have work in the morning? What's wrong with you? Mushrooms last for 5 hours, so I sprinted home before they could kick in. And I know, like, I used to enjoy mushrooms a lot, but I'm just laying in bed, looking at the clock tick down, and I look up at my ceiling and I see the Milky Way, and I'm like, oh, I do not have time for you. Hey guys, you've been fantastic.